Good morning again, my followers. Is that gonna fly? Let me know in the comment. Followers, family and life update. Followers. Anyway, it's good to be back home. As you can see, we're back home to my little studio stash workroom with the chickens crowing. It's not that early, so they're late risers. I think I need to fix up my background a bit. You can see here comic books from when I was in grade school. That's about maybe 1/10 of what I used to have. I gave all the rest away a couple of years ago. But these are some of my favorites, like the X-Men's, Damage Control, Fantastic Four, Doom Patrol. They're all here. And then you can see our Buhay box. Good memories, really good memories. Some old pictures that are actually printed on wood. Excuse me, so printed on wood, so old school style. I don't know if you have pictures like this, but this is me. The 5 different pictures in one frame. So my I Love Life pin. The Richdale boys are here. Some candles. These are mother and child little stones from Africa, from my wife Des when she spent 1 year in Africa. Let me get one. Let me show you. Here, this one. So here, look. I think she was supposed to give them away when she got back, but it got lost in her suitcase and then all the storage bins. So we just actually recently found them. So look at them. They're so nice. If you want some, I don't know if she'll give them, but maybe message in the comments and let's see if she'll part with them. So it's good to be back. Our prayers with those who were affected by the Abra earthquake. We have a Drop of Love campaign with No One in Need ongoing. So if you want to donate and help the campaign to send goods and funds to Abra and other areas, I'll send here's the poster, and I'll put the links in the description. The chicken is really bothering me, but you know, that's what you get when you live in the province. Okay, I guess it's hungry. I don't know, what are they trying to say? It's not my chicken. Okay, so yeah, for the Abra Drop of Love campaign, we'll put the poster and the details, and hopefully you can donate if you haven't yet. Also, our hearts go out to the family of the late President Fidel Ramos, who just passed away recently. One of the better presidents the Philippines has had. And hopefully we get more like him. Okay, let's go to some new. Okay, Mr. Chicken, you can let's pause for a bit. Oh, now he stopped. Okay, now he's he's listening to me. Okay, so let's get to some news. First news is the vape bill has lapsed into law, meaning that it was transmitted to the president after approved by both houses of Congress, and he's supposed to sign it. Now, if he doesn't veto it and he doesn't sign it after a few days, it automatically becomes a law, and it has lapsed into law. Now, people say this is good because it gives more funds to the economy because of the funds that you get from selling vapes, which is very popular right now. But also, there are the other people who are not proponents, the ones who are against the bill, are saying that it really is against health of young people especially. And I agree, you can see vaping everywhere. So it actually just became a replacement to cigarettes. It still has nicotine in it. It still is addicting, as you can see everywhere you go. I don't know if people who shift from cigarettes to vape are doing it so that they can lessen their nicotine intake, and they keep lessening it until they are free from the addiction, or it's just a different. This chicken. Hold on. Okay, can you still hear the chicken? I closed the windows. You can probably still hear it. So I don't know if people who are switching to vape are doing so because they want to lessen their nicotine addiction, or it's just a different way of smoking, and it's still continuing their addiction. You know, at the end of the day, we have to all take care of our health, and nicotine addiction is definitely not part of it. I mean, there's so many studies, there's so many people who have gotten super sick with cancer because of smoking, but it's still such an addiction that people can't seem to get out of it. And especially people who spend so much money on it and instead of using it on other things. So I think I guess that's the meaning of an addiction. Once you start, you can't really stop it without a lot of intervention and a lot of steel will that you can really stop it. So hopefully this vape bill doesn't make things worse, doesn't encourage young people to take it up and get addicted to it. And let's just keep up the campaign of showing people what happens when you become a smoker, especially those lifelong smokers. And at the end, they're really having a difficult time. So to the youth out there, don't get into vaping, don't get into smoking. It's really not good for you. It's not good for your health. And maybe now it seems cool because the vapes have different flavors and you can do all these things, and the smoke is so much. But at the end of the day, it will really affect you down the line. Okay, the next one up is monkeypox. Now there seems to be a monkeypox outbreak in different places around the world. In the US, it's in San Francisco, New York City, Chicago, alam na. And there's one case, I think, here in the Philippines of monkeypox. Many fears about monkeypox because the news isn't really giving the complete information. They're just saying that it's a virus, that it's spreading, but it's not really talking about how it spreads. And Kuya Kim tweeted something about how it spreads. It's mostly man-to-man sexual contact, and he was really bashed about it. But why will you be bashed about telling the truth? Here are some other news links from around the world, from the Washington Post and from NBC, and it comes from different science sites as well, that the majority of people who get monkeypox are really those who are engaging in sex man-to-man. Once you know the reasons and once you know the cause of it, then you can make moves and you can really prevent you from getting it. So I think that's just information, and a lot of people are just bashing people who are just saying the correct information. They don't like fake news. This is not fake news. It's in the news, it's in science, it's in even the American sites, it's in all these other sites, and people should just know the truth behind it and how it spreads. So I guess if you're not, and the truth about it and how it spreads, and that's how it spreads. So for those who are afraid of getting monkeypox, then be chaste. That's the easiest way to not contract it. That's monkeypox. So we talked about vape, we talked about monkeypox, and the third one is the shenanigans again from Congress nowadays. So in Congress, in the House of Representatives, there are bills about divorce, absolute divorce as usual from Representative Lagman. There are bills that are trying to institute same-sex marriage through licenses. So by saying that you cannot discriminate people from getting a marriage license. So that's a sneaky way of putting it in. And even in the Senate, there are also bills for the SOGI bill. It's back again for the Equality Act and Marriage Dissolution Act. They're both in the Senate, and they both passed first reading, meaning first reading they were read in plenary and they were passed to a committee. So now it's in the Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality, but it's chaired by Senator Risa Ontiveros. So obviously she's very pro SOGI bill and very pro divorce. So you can make sure that she will not tap into us pro-lifers and thus people who are not thinking of this, who are not supportive of these measures. So you can see that probably those bills will have relatively fast sailing through her committee. so that it can really be pushed through the Senate. So we need to be extra vigilant and really speak out against these bills, because they really, again, they will harm the Filipino family. And once you destroy the Filipino family, you destroy society. And we've seen it countless and countless times around the world. You can just look at what's happening in Western countries that have had this for so long and are really dealing with it and are really suffering from the effects of it. And we don't want that for the Philippines. So it's good to be back. It's good to see what's happening, though it's very sad that these things are happening, misinformation, pushing these bills forward. It's the way things have been going for many decades already. They just can't get it through. But now with less pro-lifers in both houses of Congress, we need to be more vigilant and really need to be noisier. Because if we are not noisy, if we're not vigilant, if we do not speak out, then who knows what will happen. And it's just unthinkable to reflect on what can happen. And we just cannot allow that to happen to our beloved Philippines and to the Filipino family and our society that we love and cherish so much. Okay, again, welcome to Family and Life Update. And we're back in our studio and we are looking through different current events, different things through the lens of faith, family, and life. It's good to be back with you again, and see you. God bless.